Hello YouTube, time for a much overdue fish room update. I've had good things happening and I've had some bad things happening. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. So this is the Trimack tank, Big Mac and McFlurry. There's not been a lot of changes going on in here, apart from, as you can see, I've made holes in the divider. Nice big holes so McFlurry can get through and big old Sumo, Big Mac, can't get through. It's working really, really well. When it gets a bit too rough for her, she swims through. Let's see if she'll swim through. Go on. No, she's not going to swim through, to show you. But, yeah, they're getting on fine. Spawning in the dish. And Big Mac's piling the weight on. Getting thicker and thicker and thicker. I love this pair of Trimacks. Anyway, enough of the Trimack tank. Let's move on. Yeah, so we've moved on now to the Tiger Moto tank. The Tiger Motos have been spawning again and fighting, as Tiger Motos do. The female is well scuffed up, so I may have to put a divider in here to give her a... Look at her nose and the few scales off. Give her a break. So if you look, if I can see in there, you can see in that pot, just full of fry. They came up yesterday. Look at her. Look at her nose. They're always locking jaws and fighting, as these aggressive cichlids do. I'll attempt to put my fingers in the other end of the tank. This is Rusty. Oh, go on, Rusty. Whoa! You didn't get me. You're too slow, Rusty. Right, I shall move on. Just turn around. This is Brutus and Muttley, my Haitiensis pair, black nasties. Muttley's looking good as always, as black and as nasty as ever. These have got wigglers in here somewhere, because that rock was full of spawn 2 days ago, and now it's gone. I think she's piled them up behind there somewhere, but they'll be in there somewhere. Brutus. Big old brute. Anyway, I'll move on to the tank next to this tank. Moving along. The Chanchos. There's a big old Chancho. What I call him Tank, because he's built like a tank. So changes in this tank, or like the same with the Big Mac and McFlurry's tank. I've put holes in this divider so they can breed and fight as Chanchos do. And when the female's had enough, she can retreat to this other half of the tank. So these are doing fine. Females are lovely orangey yellow underneath the gill plates, and the male's more greeny yellow. Come on, tank. Right, that's the Chancho tank done. We shall move on. Right, I've moved on to my fest days. As I said at the beginning, I've got good news and bad news on the fish room tour. We'll get some bad news out the way. With my big old Jag Beryl, as you probably see from the other video, I had to put him to sleep because his swim bladder went completely and he was swimming upside down and couldn't feed properly. I think that his quality of life had gone downhill, so I thought the best thing to do is put him to sleep. A lot of people disagree, but I say if he was a wild fish, he probably would have got eaten by a big catfish or something. But in the aquarium, I think they live a lot older than what they do in the wild. So this is me now, my Feste tank. That's my female Feste and a male Feste. This male was really, really, really in bad shape when I got it. But I've had it about 6 to 8 weeks and his fins are all growing back and he's doing fine. In fact, earlier on in the week, that pot was absolutely full of spawn. but I can't see it now, so I'm hoping at the back of the pot that the wigglers will be all piled up at the back. She's looking after them. Right, I'll just put a couple of pellets in. There they go, they're doing really, really well, these Festae. They're not aggressive fish at all, not like Central American fish. They don't compete with red devils and jags and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I'll move on to another tank, but I'm quite excited about these Festae. I'd like to grow them on to see how big I can get the male. I'll put you on pause, I'll move on. Right, I moved on. This is my Texas pair. These are true Sino Texas, not Carpenters or Carpenters Texas hybrids. These are true, as you can see from the tiny freckling. Not everybody's cup of tea, I know. So if you live in South Florida or Texas, you'll say they're a nuisance fish. Lakes and ponds are full of them, but here in the UK, you know, I like the common old Texas cichlid. So that's my breeding pair of Texas. Bit tiny at the minute, they'll look good in a year or two, so we'll move on. This is a quick one. Right, here we are at my community tank. This is where another bit of bad news happened. I used to keep large Midas and large red devils in here, but that went wrong. Morris. Last time I filmed this, little Morris was trying to take over big Morris. Well, that all calmed down and things settled, and I thought everything was going to be fine. But then, all of a sudden, my big wild-caught red devil went on the rampage and really gave Morris a hiding. So, poor old Morris, well, he's no longer. So, I had a bit of retail therapy, and I trekked myself to a new 200-gallon tank, which I'll show you shortly. We'll just go through this one quickly. So this is the community tank. Well, it's not really a community tank anymore. I call it, it's like a dumping tank. I just dump everything in it. So we've got there's an Artem there. Got a little tiny Dovi just growing on. It's a growing on tank. I'll grow stuff on, and if I want them, I keep them. If I don't, I'll sell them. There's a little Trimack there. A nice pleco under there. That's Rosie, my largest of my largest female Festae, and she's paired off with that one. So these two are the biggest fish in the tank now. So they're doing fine, not getting bullied by the devils and Midases. There's another female Festae. What's I find amazing in this tank, that pot there, that's Rosie's pot. But Rosie had a spawn in there last week, and 12 inches away, down here, is that's a red tiger moto and a Sino Texas. Well, this Sino Texas and this tiger moto, they've got wigglers in there, so they're breeding in that pipe. 12 inches away in that pot, this is where Rosie breeds. Anyway, that's enough of this dumping community tank, or whatever you want to call it. I shall move on. Right, we've got a lot of glare in this tank. It's middle of Sunday afternoon. I've got all the curtains shut, trying to keep it dark. But this is the red devil, what's responsible for murdering Morris. So he's now in jail, he's in solitary. I'm going to keep him in solitary the rest of his life. I can't trust him. So I call him Botox the Maniac. If you look above his eyes, he's got a big bulging skin above his eyes. Looks like he's had Botox. Botox the Maniac. Let's move around. Come on, Botox. Here's a gorgeous red devil. This is a Jeff Raps Wild Caught red devil. I've had him, well, he was 7 inches last year when I got him, and I paid a fortune for him. Now he's 13 inches. when he went on his killing rampage, he had a huge knuckle hump, but now he's in solitary, it's gone down. Anyway, he's still settling in this tank, because he's only been in it 2 weeks. So I'm sure he's going to be an ideal wet pet. So we'll move on from Botox the Maniac. Yeah, this is another fish what I take out of my community. This is what I call Little Morris. When I had him in the community, we had Big Morris and Little Morris. This is Little Morris. He's about 11 inches. So if I keep him a long time and he gets huge, people will say, well, why do you call him Little Morris? Well, that's just what his name is. We had Big Morris and this is Little Morris. Little Morris will probably end up being massive, but he's in solitary and all. I'm keeping him as a wet pet. So I used to keep the bean-eye in this tank, so the bean-eye I've had to go outside in my little fish room. So I had a house for Little Morris. So we'll pause Little Morris. He's still settling in. Like I said, he's only been in here a fortnight. I'll move on. Right, this is my new 7-foot tank, what I treat myself to for retail therapy when I lost poor old Morris. So I decided to put my Doveye in here. It's a 7-foot 2x2, and it's in my hallway. It's nearly filled the hallway up. You can just open the door, and it's right next to the radiator. And this is Wolfie. Hello, Wolfie. Come on, Wolfie, show us your teeth. So this doesn't film very well because that's my front door. The sun's shining through the door. We'll have to get a door curtain or something. Come on, Wolfie. Just as mental as ever. But it doesn't. This tank doesn't film at all. Doesn't give the fish justice. Anyway, there's Wolfie in his 7-footer. 7.2 by 2.5, 200 English gallons. I think the Americans call this a 250, but we call it a 200. Oh, it's a bit less glare from down this side. There's the females. I think she's got some fry in there. Anyway, we'll move on to another tank. Hello, I moved on now. This is Crazy Joe, my Rio Magumbi. This tank used to have the Doveye pair in, but the new tank's got a bigger foot. This is a 200 gallon, but the other tank's got a bigger footprint because this one's sumped, so it adds gallonage on. Anyway, we're always after some. I'll put some fry in this tank. I wish I never put them in. Because Crazy Joe will not relax. He just wants to catch all these fry. Anyway, so Crazy Joe's, when I took him out, there he goes again after some fry. Whoa, we got one. A bit of live food for him. So, yeah, what we're saying. Yeah, when I took him out of his old tank, I measured him, he's 14 inches now. So he's doing great. I reckon he's growing faster than my Doveye. I'll chuck a pellet in here, see if he'll take it. There's the pellet, he ain't seen it. Go on, Joe. Got it. Yeah, so Joe's doing fine. 14-inch umbi. In a 200 gallon tank. 6.5 feet long it is. So my other one, what the Doveye I got in, is 7 feet. So we'll leave Joe in peace to catch the fries. Let's see if we can fight on a fry. I just see one down there. Anyway, I'll put you on pause. Got to keep this short and sweet. Right, here we are at my other Haitiensis tank. This is what we call JCB, and what's he doing? Digging as ever, like a JCB. So this is the tank what Crazy Joe was in. Crazy Joe the Umbrithium. But now we've got JCB in it. So I had to take him out the tank. He's a big old boy, 15.5, 16 inch. is going to get a girly. In my little fish room in the shed, I've got a female. I'm growing him a nice female on. He's forever shoveling sand about. So this tank, he's got a nice big tank now. This tank is 5.5 feet, 2x2. Called the glare. So that's a 5.5 2x2, just for one fish. Anyway, can't wait to get him his. I can't wait to get him his girlfriend in there. He's going to go nuts. I think I'm going to need a divider to pair him up. Anyway, I'll put you on pause for a sec. Right, we're sat here in front of the community or dumping tank again. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank all the my subscribers and all the interest I've had of the videos. So as long as people enjoy the videos and like them, I will keep on posting the videos. To be perfectly honest, I find it quite stressful taking the videos. Anyway, thank you very much for my subscribers and all the followers. So hope you enjoyed the little update. Hope to do one in the shed soon. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, YouTube.